Hello, I am Robin Reeve, and welcome to this solo playthrough of Advanced Squad Leader, where we are continuing the scenario J210 Moment of Truth. I slightly changed the way of speaking of the episodes. I am calling the second episode uh, of the gameplay 1B because we're in turn 1. I should have called the name the first episode 1A. It's easier to find one's way. Anyway, doesn't change a lot. So now we will see how the Slovaks will defend. I had some hesitation about Slovak or Slovakian, but I saw and went on the internet and I saw that most people recommend to use Slovak, which is easier for me because in French we always say Slovak and never Slovakian. I don't know what. So I'm at ease with that way of speaking, and it seems the Slovaks prefer also people to speak that way. So here is the situation as we left it. I slightly zoomed because I believe that the upper part and especially the lower part of the map here won't be used until I don't know when. So I'll perhaps need to zoom out. My idea is still as possible to have the whole picture of the battlefield under your eyes. That's also why I choose rather small, geographically speaking, scenarios. So, no-brainer moment, wind. So nothing changes here, and we look for rally duties. So we've got Slovaks don't have anything to do. I don't think that I want to deploy. Um, but the Germans have someone to self-rally here. So the leader has 8 morale, +4 for rally, -1 because he is in wood, +1 because he's self-rallying. So he needs +4, a 4 or less. No. And the squad cannot do anything because you only can have the first MMC to self-rally when it's your turn. It's not the German turn. There we are. So no other rallies. Prep fire. That's the question. Who is going to fire? Uh, you see here, and that's a yeah. That that was expected, but you must know that it's complicated to be in a foxhole because if you exit it, you want to exit it during the movement phase, you first must spend 1 MF to get out of it in the hex, which means that the 347, if it doesn't want to fire, will have to move out of the foxhole. Even assault moving, he will have 2 German squads here for a total of 16 plus 1. So 16 plus 1 is very hard to not to suffer with, and because the normal morale check on the 16 column is 10, so you know the Germans they can roll up. So moving from there is not very useful, and the aim of that unit is to be a speed bomb, stand or die, you know, thing. So nothing special here. I'm just looking. So they will fire quite certainly. Here is more complicated situation, but if they move here, they can be fired upon by those, not by those because the building creates a plateau effect. So they can try to pull out. It's not the worst idea. They can also assault move here, and they benefit from the height advantage. They of course will get hit by those people here. But anyway, perhaps is it the time to scamper off? Using assault move would reduce the danger here. The question is complicated, but I think skulking will be required. Um, those people here also, if they don't want to fire, which is quite logical, they will simply do some skulking. Yeah, they're concealed anyway. So prep fire. Yeah, the guns could fire. That could be a good idea after all, but it reveals immediately. You say, if I fire this gun, you have the proof that this one is a fake. So perhaps keeping the secret a little longer is better, isn't it? But it won't last. Yeah, so I love those dilemmas. So stop with the dilemmas. This is the no-brainer situation. So this squad is going to fire against this squad with point blank fire, so doubled firepower. So goes up to 6 and 6 nothing because 6 flat as you want, as there it's open ground at the same level. So 6. I need a 7 for a normal morale check, and 6 is +1 morale check. So the German tries and fails. Okay, so that will reduce the punishment during the defensive fire phase, of course. As I said, I don't think I have a lot of other prep fire under my sleeve, so movement phase. So those lucky little guys can slip down to a lower level without being annoyed, just for fun. No, not with the, yeah, there they go, in the assault move. Anyway, nobody sees them. I could have also put them here, but I wanted to have some fun. So there they are. And I'll do the same here, just to avoid losing concealment. There's no ball sighting, nothing, so anyway. And here also, everybody is just moving out of sight. There we are. Though this little squad at same level just assault move here out of LOS of the Germans, so I reduce the possibilities of defensive fire. Of course, the Germans will perhaps concentrate their fire on the remaining visible. And here, I'm taking the risk of an assault move here. 1.5. It's not worth fire during the defensive fire phase because I only spent 1.5 MF, so you don't even have a subsequent first fire against them. You can have a dilemma against an assault moving unit if it spends 2 or more MF, because perhaps having following fire, subsequent first fire, can be useful rather than have just one shot during the defensive fire phase. But that's yeah, little here we don't have that problem. That'll be all. So defensive fire phase, there we are. So up here, those Germans alone, not with the house squad who is CX, so it would add. They have 4 doubled to 8 adjacent, point blank, and only 1 level difference. So nothing serious as we see. Yeah, there we are. So 8 plus 2 for the foxhole. 8 scores a normal morale check on 8, so yeah, that's easy to remember the graduation of the fire table. Remember that 8, 8 is a normal morale check, and afterwards you have 6, 7, 4, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, and you go up from 8, 12, 9, 16, 10, 20, 11, and from there you already can deduce a lot of other results. Of course, the extremely low ones I don't always have in mind. So, trêve de bavardage, as we say in French. Let's stop talking and act. 8 plus 2. Okay, 8 and 7 is +1 morale check. You want me to check? There we are. See, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, and 7 +1. So +1 morale check for the Germans, for the Slovaks, which they pass. Well, the house squad will try something, but they only have 4 because point blank, +3 because they are tiled. They are 6, which adds to the foxhole +1. So it's 4 plus 3. I need 6 to have a normal morale check. So low odds, eh? Oh, that's not bad. They cower, so it goes down to 2, and 2 and 5 means a normal morale check for the squad. the 2 would trigger an Axis SAN if it was um, a Slovak shot, but it was a German shot, so it doesn't trigger anything. So normal morale check, and the squad fails. Okay. Now we have more serious work here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll fire with everybody. So camper, there's no obstacle, nothing, no hindrance, because the grain is at ground level. This is 0. Ah, you have +1, of course, +1 height advantage. So I simply addition. Totalize 2 and 3, 5 and 8, 30, right? 13, that means 12 +1 here. I need a 9 for a normal morale check, so 8 and lower is a good result. So, wow, and no cover. So, but there's perhaps a Slovak sniper. So, 12 and 5. I bet it's something like +3 morale check. Just trying. No, still 2 morale check. Okay. 2 morale check. That's bad news. Okay, they are just pinned. I don't know if it's a good, it's a better news than broken, but there we are. And there was no, you see, there was no ROF, but we have that sniper possibility. So I roll 1 die, 1 or 2. We have a Slovak sniper activating. Yes, 1, a killer. That's a bull. That can be really annoying. So my Slovak sniper is here. I roll colored die direction, white die distance. So direction 5, distance 5. They land somewhere here. The closest unit is here. Remember, yeah, that's it. I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm quite sure. So I go up, down here. And who's hiding there? Dick Meyer. And Dick Meyer, yeah, there's no discussion. He's shot dead. Okay. Casualty victory points are not counted, so there we are. The Slovak killed uncautious leader, let's say. Or yeah, but, we can try to role play the situations if we want to. Yeah, strange. What am I doing here? Final fire here. Albrecht will fire up there against the guns. The guns don't lose concealment just for being in LOS. They need to do something. I checked on the concealment on the achievement table. So if everybody fired here, I would have the squad with the light machine gun and the medium machine gun because it's better to use. So it would be 10 divided by 2 to 5. But yeah, I'm choosing to reassemble the machine gun without firing it. Okay, so I only have 3.5. Yeah, that's not a lot, really. It's even less than 2. 7, no, no, 3.5. That's 2. That's 2. -1 for the leader, +2 for emplacement. So it's 2 + 1. Yeah. If I roll 5 or less, the gun loses concealment. Oh yes, 2 and 4, that's a +1 morale check. So they lose concealment and they have a +1 morale check. And they break! That's not good at all for those Slovaks. Yeah, and I have the rate of fire of the light machine gun, so I go on 3 + 1, so 2 + 1, same attack. No, but they kept Rolf, so they go on 2 + 1. There we are. Stop it now. It's been enough for you. There we are. Just going to check there was a correct LOS, but I'm quite sure there is. Yes. Okay. That's a good shot. Yeah. Quite an unexpected. So, of course, you can retroactively say, "Oh, I should have fired with that gun," etc. But it was low odds, so you play with the odds. So, I believe the final fire, defensive fire, is finished. There we are. Advancing fire phase. Don't have a lot of things to do. Those guys here, really. 5, 2.5, 1. Yeah, they can just for fun, but they'll catch a leader. 1 against those. 1 flat. Okay, Pintas check. Yeah, useless. That'll be all. And route phase. So here is the big question. So if I click here, we see where the DM guys are, starting with the Slovaks. They can stay there, but with the great disadvantage of being under the fire of the German, which even now have an assembled machine gun. It's not very good. They would need something like, oh yes, you see a 2 to rally, so it's stupid to remain in that hex, and they will simply move here. So counter slope defense, nobody sees them, so there they go. This German, okay, can route here, quite dangerous actually, but does it have the choice? Because it's the closest, so yeah. The good thing is that this squad being pinned cannot interdict it. So what am I doing? That's a big question. Yeah. So this is the objective. They're not under the obligation to move the shortest route under the condition they reach it. So they move here. They don't know what is here. Perhaps there's our face, but if they're interdicted, it's annoying. But they can move here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. So they routed correctly. They never moved closer to a known enemy. So there they are. End of the route phase. Got those things. Advance phase. Yeah. So here we must reoccupy. We can reoccupy the trenches, which could be a good thing to do, knowing that the Germans won't remain passive. This is complicated. I think it's better to wait. Yeah, because I would be tempted to try to man the gun with the squad here. They will lose concealment. They won't have the emplacement protection because they are not a crew. They're not not small enough. So if it's to get hit like a chicken, that's not a good idea. And here I'm moving those units back to their places. Yeah, let's remain there. Okay, so, advanced phase, yeah. Close combat phase, there's none. I remove the pin. Who could be, who need to conceal itself? No, those are in LOS. They were pinned, those two. So there's no concealment, and we go to the German second turn rally phase. I hope you have had some pleasure looking at that scenario. You see, that's ASL in its glory. You already have astonishing and narrative heavy results, such as the Slovak leader hitting and killing a German, one of the 4 German leaders, and you have the crew of a crucial gun under fire by the Germans with very low odds, 2 plus 1, and really breaking. and having to scamper away, that's a good thing. Now, the Germans know something. They know that this gun cannot be a real one because they discovered this one, and the others um, must be in the within 6 hexes from one another. So that's, recon by fire in a way, perhaps not as usually thought of. So there we are. I hope you had a nice time, and I, I invite you for the episode 2A, which will be the second German turn of this small, nearly infantry only scenario. Thank you also for standing my English. Actually, if you didn't stand it, you wouldn't be listening up to now. So if you managed to suffer until now, I think we can go further. So bye bye.